So I'm sure that you will agree with me that actually it's not important just to save a life, but to save a life well, so that the person whose life you're saving can carry on and live as good a life as they can. So can you explain to me, within the AMBER system, how your call centre differentiates between, for example, on a stroke victim, those who've had a haemorrhagic stroke and those who've had a ischemic stroke? Because as we know, you have a little bit more time perhaps with an ischemic stroke than you do with a haemorrhagic.
So the difference, as you quite rightly point out, can be significant clinically, and of course it's the clinical symptoms that the patients ring up, or the relatives or the carers will ring up with. So very often with a haemorrhagic stroke it can be absolutely catastrophic. So patients can rapidly lose consciousness, and that would be the call. So we would be basing the coding on a patient who has lost consciousness and maybe have ineffective breathing, in which case we would be categorizing that as a red call. So it depends on the actual symptoms that people phone in with. So if they phone in with classical stroke symptoms, weakness down one side, the face is a bit droopy, they're taken through the categorization of the FAST test, and we would then recognize that that was a stroke. We know that there is a therapeutic window for thrombolysis or potentially thrombectomy, and we would classify that and send an ambulance on blue lights to get that patient and take them to the stroke unit. So that is the main classification for strokes. Severe hemorrhagic strokes, as I said, they will present very often differently, and under those circumstances they would often tip into the red category, and of course then you have to get them to a neurosurgical unit and ensure that they are scanned prior to treatment.